Dan Rope here. Just wanted to give you a quick overview of new features and the new user interface for our Brunel web application. So let's first go to the app brunelviz.org/try. And you'll notice that it's very much new and improved from the old version. The gallery is now available directly from within the web application. All of the graphs that were on the website are there, and you can load each one of them by just clicking on them. So we have that heat map, and let's pick a chord chart. And also the cookbook as well is available. So you can choose from the different cookbook visualizations and see them directly inside select them directly from the app. So I'll pick a bubble chart here. So we'll start by doing the same activity that you've seen before with the Doctor Who data that Graham has posted in the past. So we'll just grab that data and upload it into our bubble chart here, the same type of thing where it'll apply the bubble chart to the data that's been uploaded. But now notice that the fields are listed at the bottom, and those are live links. You can click on the individual fields beneath the edit box and get reasonable graphs for depicting a visualization for that field. But remember, what we want here for this data is a bubble chart, so we'll go back to the gallery and we'll choose to apply a selected visualization to the current data, and we'll have that bubble chart applied to our Doctor Who data. And then as before, what's left to do is to modify the fields that were chosen to be the ones that we actually want. So in this case, we're going to look for use the color for the short version of the motivation of the villain, and we will sort things by the episodes first appeared, size them by the number of episodes, and put the labels for the villains on top. And now that we have the visualization that we wanted, let's go ahead and give it a title and a short description, because we'd like to deploy this graph and have that information included with it. So we'll title this Doctor Who Villains, add a quick description, and there we have it. Okay, so the next thing we probably want to do is modify the size of the visualization. So we have a few choices we can choose from. This one might be a little too small. Let's choose the 640 by 480. Okay, that looks good. And then next, of course, the last thing we want to do is actually deploy this visualization. Now you notice there's a few more options here. This first one here, we have the URL that can produce that visualization. So if we just copy that and paste it into a web browser window, we can see it. And those checkboxes there allow us to optionally include the title, description, and the Brunel source. Next, we have an option here where we can get the entire web page that produces the visualization. That's self-contained, no links to the service. And finally, the iframe option, which, as before, pulls an iframe that is linked to our service to produce the graph. Lastly, we have a new option here. We can get at the actual source code for the visualization. We have the HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. And by clicking a button, you can then take that code and see how it looks on JS Fiddle. And on JS Fiddle, we can actually modify the resulting JavaScript that Brunel produces. So first what I'll do is I'll add a couple buttons here to this page. And then we're going to paste in some code. It's not real helpful for data analysis purposes, but just for demonstration, what we're going to do is we're going to add some JavaScript code that'll actually take the rows of data and randomly swap them as a result of clicking on the button. So last thing I'm going to do here is switch this to use jQuery, because I have a button event hookup for using jQuery, and then rerun that, and now we can see our buttons that we added. They're hooked up to the functions, and if all goes well here, what will happen is the rows are randomly moving around and the visualization is being redrawn as a result of the code that we've inserted. So we'll go ahead and stop that. And of course the code here is 100% contained. There's no need for the service to be called at all from that. So back to our application, where we have links to our blog, the language tutorial, and also for feedback. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy the service, and happy blogging.